Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me, the BANU Defender. Let's go ahead and take a look. Welcome back to another review. Thank you Zero, Grav, and WinRAR42 for helping me today with the BANU Defender. What is considered, oddly enough, a light fighter, even though this thing is massive. But let's go ahead and talk about that. This ship, when available, is $220 when you buy it on the Pledge Store, or if you buy it in game, it is $6,237,000 aUEC. Now, if you were to go ahead and try to claim this ship due to being knocked out of the sky, you know, you got into a fight you couldn't handle, because this ship does come stock with quite a ridiculous loadout. It's gonna happen. The claim time is 13 minutes and 36 seconds. Or if you were to expedite it, it is 4 minutes and 32 seconds. So you're out there, you know, back in the fight reasonably quick. Not like light fighter quick, but reasonably quick. Now, this ship does have a total burst damage per second of 1,280 due to the 4 size 3 Singe 3 tachyon cannons, which I will tell you right now, get every one of those weapons off of this ship immediately and replace them with something else, because those guns are ridiculously bad. And I do say that because of the fact that it has the old ion charge mechanic, or maybe that's where the ion got it previously, not now. But these weapons require you to hold your mouse button in for them to charge, and then they will randomly just go off, and they do not recharge by holding the mouse button in continuously, so you have to press again, and it is just a miserable experience trying to attack anything with these guns. Now, the pilot also has 6 size 2 Ignite 2 missiles located underneath the ship, 4 of them nicely tucked into the frame of the ship, and 2 of them haphazardly attached to the bottom. So it is quite a surprising ship here. As you can see, it looks amazing. I mean, it's quite an angry looking crab if you're asking me, but I mean, it has a lot of problems right from the bat, just because of the Singe 3 tachyon cannons not allowing you to really do much, especially if the AI target you're attacking or the player you're attacking hasn't any confidence in their own ability. Your guns are going to be ridiculously hard to hit the other target. Now, outside of that, you do have 1 size 2 military bubble shield, giving you 5,100 overall shield HP, which isn't terrible. 5,100. I mean, you can upgrade your shield, probably get a little bit more juice out of that, and then once you lose your shield, you're sitting at only 13,800 ship HP. Again, this ship is a massive target when you're out there fighting. It is considered a light fighter with very minimal damage per second, or at least it doesn't seem minimal if you could actually hit your target with the stock loadout. But 13,800 ship HP, that is definitely not something I would want to fight with such a big ship like this one. It is such a big ship that it has a crew of 2, it has 2 beds, it has an interior. I mean, light fighter? I don't think so. Medium, maybe heavy fighter, sure, but it has to have a complete rebalance of its HP, its shield, and maybe a weapons change, because these weapons are just terrible, or they can just fix the weapons overall. Now, this ship does have a top SCM speed of 222 with a 480 forward boost, a 225 backwards boost with a top nav speed of 1,175. So its speed is definitely not terrible. Is it light fighter speed? It's more like medium fighter speed. You're looking at around Hornet area of speed, which again, this ship being classed as a light fighter is just blowing my mind throughout the entire time of flying this thing. Now it also has a pitch yaw roll of 60, 47, 150, or boosted 72, 56, 180. Not even boosted does it compare to light fighters out there. So again, the classification needs to change as soon as possible because it's not sticking up to the name. And even if you were to make it a medium fighter, the ship HP is bad. The shield HP is, give or take, and its weapon still needs some work. Absolutely, from just as a stock standpoint, right? Now you have 48 flares and 5 decoys, which is average for any sort of fighter craft, so no complaints there. And you have 43 SCU of hydrogen fuel and 3.1 SCU of quantum fuel, which for once I will say is a fantastic amount of fuel for a ship with an interior like this, meant to potentially go the distance. Now, really quick, I do want to just show you a couple combat scenes, as I do with fighters, just to show you it can fight, but right now the servers are kind of on fire, so the AI that our crew was fighting today, we're just kind of dumb as usual when the servers are having their problems. So let's go ahead and take a quick look. All right, now that you've seen the fighting footage, let's take a quick peek at the inside of this ship here, the BANU Defender, considered a light fighter. Hard to hit anything with these tachyon cannons, 6 size 2 missiles, but the interior and the design overall of this ship just looks fantastic. As you can see, the overall design has like this bone surrounding it because it is somewhat of a ship that is alive in a way. Now you have a bed straight to your left, straight to your right, and then straight ahead you're going to have some components in the future. Components are not accessible at this time, but they will be, someday, as well as other little features along the bedside here when we do get that. Now, when you first enter this ship, to go ahead and shut the door, you'd hit this button here, or if you want to mount a weapon on the side, you can definitely do that, as you have a weapons rack next to each co-pilot and pilot door, one here as well as one over here. Now, of course, the pilot sits on your left and the co-pilot to your right. Both seats can control the ship one at a time. You can't control it when they're both in it, but when the pilot's not there and the co-pilot is, the co-pilot can fly this ship and operate it as normal, and of course vice versa, I would hope so. But once you get into that pilot seat, it is quite, like I said, the design is just fantastic. It's just like this bone formation, really good texturing everywhere. Don't get me wrong, it is a very beautiful ship. I just wish this angry crab had a bit more of a bite, because right now its pinch is quite weak. But once you get into that pilot seat, you do have one of the best exterior views in the game from your cockpit. Taking a look around as a fighter, I'll go ahead and turn on my head tracking here, and as you can see, it is quite amazing. You get a whole 360 degree of pretty much what's behind you, above you, in front of you. It is quite nice. And then you have your MFDs right in front of you, giving you radar and everything else that you need to go ahead and operate this ship. Again, awesome. And you can eject. What a feature to have on a ship like this, being able to eject in a situation when needed. Both the pilot and co-pilot can punch out, which is always a good thing. But I'm going to tell you right now, and my score is going to be a bit rough just because this ship has a lot going for it, but not right now. It needs a lot of work. With that, my score is a 67 out of 100, and as you can see on screen, there's a few reasons for that. Its damage per second, while it seems kind of high for what's considered a light fighter, the weapons are terrible. Replace those as soon as possible, or you're going to have one heck of a time trying to hit almost anything that has a brain and is moving. Past that, of course, every other stat just kind of gets hit here and there just based off of what you're doing and what the ship is kind of going through. If you like the look of the Angry Crab and its amazing looking textures, then you're in for a treat with how this ship looks. But if you're looking for a fighter that's classed as a light fighter and you want to go out there and ruin the day of someone else or a PvE target, this might not be your choice unless you replace those weapons and do a little bit of a reworking of other systems, right? Because even your power distribution on this ship is quite terrible. Let me know what you think of the BANU Defender down in the comments below, and I really appreciate every one of you. The new referral system has become alive, so if you haven't joined Star Citizen yet, join today. Use the referral code down on my description below and get 50,000 aUEC now, which is amazing. And remember, all you need is 45 bucks, and then you can get every other ship in the game, pretty much every other ship in the game, via aUEC and a little bit of hard work. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being amazing. Keep an eye out. A new giveaway is starting really, really soon, like maybe even later today. So again, thank you, and I will see you all in the next one.